Today I want to talk about some men's expectations of women in a relationship. I want to talk about this because I think at this point in Western society, our expectations of our partners have gotten beyond delusional. I've already covered how women's expectation of men in today's age are oftentimes very unrealistic. I'm sure we've all seen the men on the street type videos asking women what they think a man should be making per year to even have a chance at dating them.
All right. Hi, guys. So my question for you is how much money do you think a guy should make per year?
Depends where they live. I mean, if I'm like dating them, it'd be nice if they were at least making 100,000.
Like $1 million, $2 million?
Like fully like adult.
Someone that you would consider wanting to be with the rest of your life.
300K.
100, like 500 grand? Is that a lot?
And let's be honest, those responses are more often than not outright delusional. Not only because it is delusional to expect that from a man, seeing as that category of people is only 1% of the population, but because even if a man starts making that kind of money, it's usually not until his later years when he's established and has developed his skills and moved up within a company that he starts making that kind of money. But I'm sure these women aren't looking to date a 45 or 50-year-old man. They're looking for someone young and around their age. The problem is that when you're fresh out of college and in debt, you're not going to be making $300,000 a year in any profession as a young entry-level employee. But we're not here to talk about women today. We're here to talk about men and their expectations of women and how this whole dating thing today is just a mind fuck for both parties. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Patience Zena, I hope I'm saying that correct, for giving me the idea to make this video. The topic she covers was inspired by tweets that went viral a few days ago on Twitter of a man mauling over text that a woman wanted a traditional man / lifestyle, even though he wanted a traditional wife. I'm going to link to her video in the box below because I think she makes some really good points, and she's also a great creator in my opinion with very nuanced views. Go check it out after you watch my video, of course. So there was this thread a few days back on Twitter that read, "The problem with a lot of dudes who want a trad wife is that they refuse to be a traditional husband," and had 4 pictures. I saw the thread, read the messages, thought the dude was fucking nuts, then carried on with my life. But after watching Patience Zena's video, I thought that maybe I should go ahead and give my opinion on this thread and this topic overall. She begins by asking, "I guess I'm just wondering what your expectations are from a partner." And he responds, "Like, in terms of expectations from women?" And she responds, "Or men, I don't know how you swing," eye emojis. And then he responds, "Women, not men." And this to me kind of gave me the hint as to what kind of person he was going to be when I first read it. I could tell that he was going to be a shitty person. LOL, okay then yeah. What are your expectations for your girlfriend / wife / whatever? He says, "Can I be honest about it? It might seem as outdated or something, haha." And she responds, "Yeah, of course. This is a judgment-free zone," fox emoji. To which he responds, "Honestly, I'm looking for a traditional feminine woman, someone who isn't going to mind being the child rearer and homemaker, someone who is going to take care of her appearance or herself, and just all around is content to be a female in our relationship. I know that's pretty anti-feminist or whatever, but it's just how I feel, LOL." She then responds, "Oh, slay. I don't think that's anti-feminist or outdated at all, smiley face. To be honest, that's pretty similar to what I want too, LOL. Kind of my dream if I'm being honest." To which he responds, "Really?" with a bunch of eye emojis. And then this is really when things start to take a turn for the worse. She responds, "Yeah, I'd love to be able to focus on making my house a home, working on myself, and just be taken care of without having to stress about expenses or money, LOL. He then says, "What do you mean?" And she responds with, "Just that I'd love a traditional man who's going to cover my expenses and make sure I'm getting what I want. Someone who brings that kind of masculine energy." And then his response was, "So you're looking for a guy who isn't going to mind buying you whatever you want and basically will just bankroll your whole life?" And she responds, "I don't know if I put it like that," crying face emoji. And this is where he starts going off. "So you're a gold digger / user basically?" To which she responds, "More like someone who will take care of our family financially so I can take care of him and his kids." Then she quoted his message about calling her a gold digger and responds, "No, laughing my ass off, I promise." Then follows up with, "How is that any different from you wanting your girl / wife to take care of your home and your kids? It feels kind of like a double standard for you to call me a gold digger." He then starts going off saying, "It's not a double standard. It's different because the things that I'm looking for, emotionally stable, takes care of herself, good with kids, are inherently female traits. Good women naturally have that stuff. You're looking for some rich guy who can buy you stuff. That's not naturally part of being a guy. It's totally different. I mean, especially because of how expensive life is in general these days. You think I'm gonna be able to afford a $500,000 home on one salary just so you can play dress up and not have to worry about a job? You expect not to contribute to the bills or the cost of living? Fuck you. I knew there was something wrong with you. No wonder you tried to humiliate me at the restaurant. I should have left right then and there. So Buddy went absolutely ballistic because she wanted a traditional husband even though he wants a traditional wife. I guess homeboy doesn't know what traditional means in this context. But let's continue. She responds, "My guy, chill out. I never said I was looking for a rich guy or a $500,000 house or anything like that. Just that I want a guy who can take care of me, especially if I'm raising his kids. How can your dream woman be the homemaker and child rearer if she's also working full time to pay the bills? I have absolutely no issue with gender roles or divisions of labor in a relationship. But you're not looking for a traditional woman. You're looking for a maid and nanny who can also help pay your bills." He blows up saying, "Fuck you. Just say you were only interested in me for my money. Next time you match with some sucker, tell him that up front so he doesn't waste his time with you." And she responds, "I paid for last night, my dude. What do you mean interested in you for your money?" And he continues, "Shut the fuck up. My comp sci degree is gonna do way more for me than your business one ever will. Now I know why you're getting a finance degree. Probably so you can scout the rich guys and try to steal their money." And she responds with, "If you're going to curse me out and call me a gold digger because I want a traditional man, even though you want a traditional woman, something tells me you're not the type of guy I'm looking for. Lose my number. I hope you have a good life." And then the absolute chef's kiss is he hits her up at 1:22 a.m. texting, "Hey, you up right now?" I'm assuming this was his late night booty call attempt after he tried to shit on her for wanting the same things he did. But on to the conversation. His definition of the word traditional wife must be some new redefinition by the red pill clowns, because a traditional wife is someone whose job is to make the home and raise the kids while the man provides, not whatever he thinks it is. And she rightfully called him out on his bullshit double standards. Him saying that it's not a double standard because women are emotionally stable, can take care of themselves, and are good with kids is not the gotcha he thinks it is. He actually kind of owned himself and proved his own point in a bad way by saying women are emotionally stable, implying men are not, then proceeding to show how emotionally unstable he is. Saying she's looking for a rich guy who can buy her stuff is not naturally part of being a guy is also stupid, because if we're going by the definition of a traditional man, and here's the definition according to Medium, traditionally, a man would be expected to work to provide for his wife and children. He would be expected to financially support his home, put food on the table, and take care of the basic needs of his family. If we're going by that definition, buying stuff for your wife and kids from money you earned working a job is called providing. By the way, she never actually mentioned wanting a man who's making $500,000 a year, so not sure why he brought that up. Must be that emotional instability talking for him again. Not gonna lie though, with the economy the way it is, it does sometimes feel like you need $500,000 a year just to survive. Many couples are making 6 figures a year and are still living paycheck to paycheck. Also, the humiliation he was talking about appears to be the fact that she paid for the date, because I guess Mr. Future Rich Guy over here was too broke to pay for it. Like she said though, it looks like he's looking for a maid/nanny who also help him pay the bills, not a traditional wife. I guess traditional in the sense that she will still take care of all the home duties and raise the kids, but not traditional in that she doesn't have to work since. He wants to have his cake and eat it too. Patience made a really good point about what happens in a relationship when women are expected to pay 50% of the bills and also be homemakers.
When it comes to gender roles within relationships, I've noticed that there are 4 main relationship setups that people tend to do. The first is the role allocation, where one person is the primary breadwinner who is responsible for the finances, while the other person is the primary caregiver and also responsible for taking care of the home. The second is the 50-50 split, where they both share the responsibilities of finances, childcare and home more or less equally. The third is the 70-30 split, where one person works part-time and contributes a little bit to finances, but is more hands-on with childcare and taking care of the home, while the other person contributes a little bit to childcare and taking care of the home, but works more hours and is more hands-on with providing financially. Then there's the fourth setup, and for many people, this setup often leads to divorce. And that's when both parties contribute equally financially, but the woman is still the one who's responsible for childcare and taking care of the home. There are some men out there who believe that they don't have to fulfill their traditional role, but the woman still has to fulfill hers. So they will split the bills 50-50, but yet still expect her to be the primary caregiver, the primary home keeper, and all that kind of stuff. And there are some women who are okay with this, but often this leads to problems because it leads to the woman being burnt out because she's working full time whilst also being the primary person looking after the kids, whilst also being the primary person who's also taking care of the household, which makes her then resent her partner, which leads to them arguing more and sleeping with each other less. And then this cycle continues until eventually she can't stand being around him anymore, and so she files for divorce. So when I see people saying chores, why would people divorce over chores? It's because usually the chores is the starting point of a snowball effect. It might seem like they're divorcing over chores, but they're actually divorcing over a whole bunch of things. The chores were the things that started to cause other things to start to break down in the relationship and cause other things to start falling apart.
Listen, I'm not saying you shouldn't want what you want, but you can't be hypocritical about it. I mean, if you can find yourself a partner who wants to live that kind of lifestyle, good for you. But like Patience said, it will just lead to resentment in the long term. And stop letting these fucking weirdo red pill dudes on YouTube lie to you and manipulate you into believing their bullshit. A lot of those guys preach one thing to you and live a totally different lifestyle. Take for example the red pill guru clown Donovan Sharp, who preaches for men not to date single mothers.
Any man who marries a woman past the age of 23 years old, you're getting leftovers. But yeah, David, listen, man, I'm not trying to be mean-spirited, but you married a single mom. Like,
post-wall women, they get married all the time, but the men they get married to are very low value. They're beta males. They're pushovers. They're not real men. They're not the men that arouse these women.
But married one not too long ago.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and I need to share the link. Copy the link. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I need to send it. Okay, guys, this is it. We are going to get married. I am now going to give the camera to our guy. Here we go. All right, we're live. No, you can turn it around. There you go. You ready? Let's go. All right, guys. Welcome to our wedding. This is going to be a very sort of informal thing.
By the way, this wasn't edited. It was really recorded upside down. Or how Walter from Fresh and Fit says he slept with over 1,000 women but is the most awkward guy you could ever meet. Stutters nonstop and has been caught on sugar baby sites looking for women. These men do not naturally attract women and they lie about their lifestyles and are often paying for sex. Don't let them lie to you and tell you that you need to live a certain lifestyle while they themselves don't even live that way. They're clowns trying to sell you a course and should be regarded as such. I wanted to expand on a few more things, but I think this video has gone on too long. But maybe I'll revisit this again another time. The moral of the story is, don't pretend to want a traditional wife when you yourself aren't willing to be traditional. Just like I have my beef with women who do the same, who want a traditional man but want to be city girls, I have the same issue with men doing this shit. But that's enough from me in this video. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. And until next time, peace.